So as we find our own research, our own education to inform ourselves with the sharings and the teachings and the practices of a whole host of different perspectives and life encounters and stories online or through the written word, we come across sort of encounters of people sharing their story, and it's funny that those spiritualists that consider themselves to have been on the path for a certain amount of time start to get narked or really defensive about other people who may have been doing it for less time, and like, I have had to be the one that has shown the way and I've been doing this for 10 years. It actually doesn't really matter. Like, time's an illusion. So like, we've already been at the end and done it all and gone back to the beginning. Like, it is all happening simultaneously. And so if somebody's now just getting onto the path, whereas 5 years ago you were scapegoated or you were gaslit for this, that and it, like, so what? Whatever is triggering in us for us to compare and say, oh no, well, I've been doing it before that person and I was here before, whatever. We have no possession of anything. We don't own anything. We can only, I think I was watching something on property and someone said we secure. I really like the word secure. We secure something. Like, we don't own anything, even if people pay for houses and all that. What's coming in the world is gonna humble a lot of people, and owning things, we don't own anything on this earth. Mama Gaia, she's gonna take whatever she wants at any time, and she will also act through people. But this comparative nature of, like, it just shows how pompous and how much wounding the ego's still experiencing if we need to say that somebody's been doing something less than us or more than. It doesn't matter. Someone can be on an accelerated path and be born into a body, a vessel that is way, way, way more ancient than ours. And they only started last week, and they might be 5 years ahead of us. I mean, ahead and behind, this whole comparative nature does not exist. And so people that are claiming that they've got this spiritual hierarchy, they are, they've been doing it. I think that actual comment reveals how much work they still need to do. We still need to do as a collective in terms of being defensive by where anyone else is at on their journey. Shouldn't we just be happy that someone else has also decided to raise the vibration on the planet, which is fucking essential right now? It is essential. We're not going to always stay in the positives because, we crash and burn as other shit happens around us, and we get continually humbled and we pick ourselves up. The purpose, in a sense, I guess, is to not stay down and not take it all too seriously and be able to take the piss of ourselves and think, fucking hell, and I was going through my awakening, I look like a mad woman, and now, I still might look like a mad woman to someone, but it doesn't matter. Like, who cares about this comparative shit and needing to prove a point? Like, oh, I did this 10 years ago and someone else was only doing this last year, and now they're coming to me saying to me how much they've helped me. Like, it's great to have nice comments. We don't actually need the validation. If we've helped someone, like, we're all here, everyone is helping each other in different ways, even if the help is coming through a painful lesson. And we don't necessarily ever need to speak to that person again or say, thank you for coming into my life. But we can be like, oh yeah, I see that. Boom, goodbye. We're not going to like the versions of ourselves that we're presented with people that we just don't vibe with. I still don't get that. I still don't fully understand that part, because there's some people, like, I just really don't want to be around. And I'm like, what are they mirroring back to me? Because they're a twat. But that's what I'm here to continue to learn. 414 on the clock. So just because somebody has been doing self-observation for a long time and someone else is only just getting into it, it's not a competition. It does not matter about time. It is, if we're still talking about time as a before, past, present, future, everything is just now. It doesn't actually make a difference. It's either you're doing it for love and you're doing the work, or you're not. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter how. It's just like, are we consciously doing it or not? So, I don't know. Number 5, times of big changes, huge changes. And healing the ego continues, dissolving the ego continually continues, because time is an illusion. And so whether someone did something yesterday or does it tomorrow or whatever, as long as the intention's pure, who gives a shit?